The Paladins dev team revealed Sati the Trickshot as the newest damage champion last patch note show, alongside a new spooky event pass, Nightfall. But as we always have and always will in the future, we are going to look forward into the future, further beyond Sati, as we always have. But before we continue, I must iterate once more that much of this video is my conjecture and speculation based on what is in this datamine of the PTS. So anything I say in speculation to fill the empty voids of data is very likely to be wrong. This speculation can come from either me, the leakers themselves, or members of their community, as was the case for last datamine. Hello once again to another Paladins datamine video. Today we are here to take a look at the datamine for the Nightfall PTS patch. This time we have quite a few interesting things from multiple sources. Yes, indeedy, most of the times RealmLeaks is generally the only source. This time though, RealmLeaks isn't the only datamine in town. Skavora on Twitter and CF2LTER on Reddit. I don't exactly know how to say his name, but whatever, there you go. They have also provided some details on upcoming champion and event pass after the Nightfall one, which does sound like a good place to begin our video. Part 1. Event Pass. This event pass is scheduled to be released sometime late November, and well, sadly, despite it crossing into December, this is not a Christmas event pass. So if the event pass is not Christmas themed, what is it? This event pass seems to have an aquatic theme. Not like being at the beach like we have had twice now, one in the battle pass system and one in the event pass system, but more of an actual sea creature event pass. In the Paladins community there have been quite a number of fan-made skin concepts that match with this theme. Like the Drogos one from eons ago, it looks nice, but they haven't actually done anything nautical like this in a very long time. The last skins of this type or theme were like pirate skins, and they're not even exactly nautical in and of themselves, but rather just pirate themed. So to have like a sea monster theme going on is pretty cool. It's kind of a new theme for Paladins, I suppose. But now onto the actual skins themselves. Io is getting the salt skin counterpart to Pip's pepper. Yes indeedy, the furry haters have hated enough for thunderbrush to bring this beauty into existence. Hooray I say, though, since the salt avatar hints the skin to be a beach type of skin like Beach Pass or Sunkissed, this skin seems to be external to the event pass, probably just bought or bounty store exclusive. The skins listed are Aquatic Tyra and Aquatic Sati, and Aquatic Yagarath. Finally, the big wormy girl of the realm is getting their first non-recolor skin. Actually, I find it interesting, like this theme could fit really well Yagarath. There is also a shark mount, probably taking advantage of the newly demonstrated floatable companion type mount tech. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the event pass. Kind of anticlimactic, I know, but yeah. It looks in total pretty typical for the datamines we have been getting as of the battle pass change. So, with that said, it's time to move on to the new tanky boy. Part 2. Azaan. Before we get into the champions' abilities, a word about Sati and Ray. In their respective datamine videos, I predicted their class to be based on the class of the champion they were based on. Mostly while Ray was indeed predictably a healer, Sati did not become flank, as the character icon of Androxus would have hinted at. I am now convinced that they no longer choose the base of the next champion from within the intended class, as Azaan 2 is based on Androxus. Well, if you consider the mockshot of the champion on the HUD at least. Azaan actually has more in common with Inara and Atlas. so it is safe to assume that they are a new tank. Azaan cannot buy Deft Hands or Guardian. We will look at why when divulging on these abilities themselves. Azaan's walking speed is also rather hasty for a tank, so I'm guessing they are intending this to be a mobile off tank or a bruiser like Khan or Ruckus. Which hints at the fact that this probably is not a new point tank, sadly. Azaan's primary fire is a projectile shot, dealing 619 damage. It also builds up a meter, visible on the screen. I do not know what this does, but it functions a bit like Fury's heal meter. So instead of healing, you fire your primary ability to build it up. After a while of not doing any damage, it starts to decrease again. Each primary shot that hits the enemy builds 3% ultimate charge. I found this quite interesting. His movement ability is a jolt or an uppercut type of thing towards into the direction they are looking in. It doesn't look like this ability is controllable like Vatu's dash is, but might function similarly to Khan's grab, as it does appear to push players with Azaan into his moving direction. But the players don't seem to be like stunned, it's just like a nudge. The right mouse button is a knockback ability, also does 300 damage. It is unclear to me if this is a projectile or a hit scan, since the animation on the wind-up is so long. It can possibly even be a melee ability, but yeah, that's a long shot. Azaan's Q ability summons 5 wall objects. They are positioned in a half-circle manner, kind of like how Buck's wall used to be like in closed beta. Though based on what the ability description says, this could also be a wall of fire rather than stone or another solid substance. Kind of like summoning fire from the earth. And yet the objects do no damage to enemies, don't really obstruct movement of any kind, don't block sight either, and don't really have anything else attributed to them that could hint at what they can be. So at this point it's anyone's guess, as the ability probably is incomplete. Yeah, I mean, I say incomplete, but really all of this is supposed to be incomplete. And finally, the ultimate ability, it kinda works. It is an omnidirectional flying ability, kinda like Willow, but seems to be much faster. Either that, or this is just a no-clip type of flying that is here as a placeholder. And that's everything for Azaan. What he will truly become is only visible with time, but this is what the data miners have dug up so far. Well, almost everything. This bolt model was also data mined. It's probably Azaan's projectile. So Azaan cannot buy Deft Hands because his main primary has no reload. It has no clip or any amount of things that they fire. It's an infinite weapon. Azaan also cannot buy Guardian because his wall objects are not technically shields. They're more like Inara's wall. If Azaan is also supposed to be linked to Atlas, then that means he could also have like this time shield thing, but different in a curve. So that is also not technically a shield, but who knows. And that's almost all the things in this data mine. I'll just quickly go through the things which did not get their own section. The LTMs of the next patch are Rome Page, Yoked Genos, Hunter vs Hunter Old Charge, which sounds like a modification of the Hunter vs Hunter we just had like a couple weeks ago. Claws Out, which sounds like Koga mode. Cosmic Death, Genos mode, which is basically alt spamming. That's gonna be insane. And Loose Change, which is a promotional mode like Raid Day was. Everyone is Sati. Other things of note are Samuel Media Bounty Coin Reward. I have no idea what it means, but it's probably something internal. And Twitch Prime Bundle for 2022. It is not clear what it contains. Maybe it is actually salt, but there is no other name attached to this. And then there are a couple test items and internal bits and bobs. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please show it with a click of the like button. Do subscribe for more Datamine reports, as well as patch notes show reactions like this and more.
Goodbye.